Good morning. Good
Yeah,
morning.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, I want to know, does anybody have on their yoga pants? We joked about this before. Good job. Good job. Just own it. Yeah. Oh,
Roddy
Roddy
does.
on. Perfect. Perfect. Oh,
Way to go,
mine's-
Roddy.
That would be something I would be thoroughly entertained. Oh my. Hi. This is awesome. Everybody's jumping on in true ninja fashion. It's the best.
Look at Greg's affirmations.
Right? I've been affirming this would happen, so I'm super excited that it's happening. Yay. We'll wait, a minute or two. So if you guys see somebody you haven't seen in a while, say hi. It's officially been 20 days since I saw you all
Already?
on the last day of Ninja. 20 days since you graduated. Onto the Ninja path. And it's super easy, right? Super easy to do all the things and do it every day without fail, right?
Wrong.
Wrong. Okay. Just wanted to check you guys. Yes, it is a commitment and we all fall off for sure. Hello.
Who else is here?
Okay, I saw that Alondra was on, but I don't see her. And Julia, turn on your camera for us. And Phil, there's Alondra. Yay. Awesome. I don't know if I can even see everybody myself. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh, okay. I see. All right. Well, we're only a few minutes after, so I'm sure a few more people will still be jumping on, but I'm so excited to see you all this morning. I am super excited. As most of you guys know, I am Zooming with you from Texas. So I've been looking forward to our call all week. And I thought it would be a good idea for us to kick off our skills group together. Some of you guys are already participating in a skills group. Some of you have no idea what I'm even talking about. And then others of you are like, oh, that sounds familiar, but I haven't done it yet. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to kind of, have a little framework about what is a skills group, what does it look like, and just kind of an encouragement to you guys, a reminder about your Ninja 9. So just real quick, if a couple people would just say, I want to see what you guys remember as far as your daily of your Ninja 9. What are your daily habits? Give me one, the first one.
Gratitude.
Gratitude and affirmation, right? Okay,
Yep.
and what else?
Show up.
Like that's one of the 9 is like showing up. Okay, what else?
Daily calls.
What was it?
Daily calls.
Okay, what else?
Personal
I
note.
can't hear.
How many personal notes do you need to write?
2.
Two. And we also introduced, if maybe it seems familiar or you kind of know, but maybe you're not doing it yet, you want to be using your hot and your warm list. So you don't forget about anybody. How many of us have put somebody, right here, I have a Post-it note. How many people have put somebody on a Post-it note and you can't find that Post-it note with somebody's phone number that you needed to call back? So if you put them on your warm list or you put them on your hot list, they can move back and forth on the list. That's totally fine. And then you're going to have some other habits that are just, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
We can see you.
Oh, because I can't see you. Let me see what's happening. You just went away. Let me see if I can figure this out.
You're still there.
I'm still here. Okay.
We're still
I
here.
don't see, okay. Well, I don't see you guys, but I'm going to keep talking. So focusing on that hot list and warm list are going to be critically important. That's where you're going to pick up those extra transactions and those extra touches. So when I talk about your hot list and your warm list, keeping a list, but then what do you need to do with it when you have a list? You want to pull that list out every day and look at those names and look at what their criteria is. If you're in transaction with them, it's going to be that little reminder, and you're also affirming in your mind about those people, and you're going to be, you're going to be activating your reticular activator to be thinking about them and looking for something for them. I can't tell you guys, even before Ninja, how many times I would be driving through a neighborhood and it may be a home that I'd already sold, and I would think about the people and be like, I need to call those people. And then a week later, I hadn't called them and a sign was up in their yard and it didn't have my name on it. That totally happened more times than I want to admit. So really focusing on that hot list and warm list daily is super going to be important. And then weekly, you're going to make your customer service calls, and customer service calls, as a reminder, are people that you are in contract with. Your 50 live touches a week are going to not necessarily be people that you're in contract with. They're people that are on your hot list, warm list, somebody that you ran into at the soccer game or at the grocery store. Those are going to be your 50 live touches. Do they have to be phone calls? No, they can be face-to-face meetings. Just important. And we call it live because it's face-to-face or voice-to-voice. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Perfect. And then you're going to update your database, update your CRM every week. So a lot of you guys are still, PMZ offers a CRM. It's part of our website. It's all connected. So it's really easy to do. And it's also really easy not to do. So you want to make sure it, for some people, I know a number of you guys talked to me about this at the installation, which was, I kind of have a spreadsheet, or I have these people in my phone. We will help you get those people out of your phone, out of your spreadsheet, and into the CRM, because you want to be able to start, keeping track of those people, but as a reminder to contact them, as much information about them as you can put in there. You want to be like an expert on all of your clients. Like, their birthdays, their anniversaries, their kids' names, their dog's name, what sports their kids play, whatever that is that you can put in there. The more you know about them, the better you can love on them. And then you can also put them into your automatic drip where they're getting emails from you, and it's something you don't even have to think about, but your name is constantly in front of them. So that's just our Ninja 9 habits. So as far as the skills groups, what those are going to look like. Skills group is going to be your weekly check-in with your office, with your ninjas in your office, with your team. It is okay to contact a manager from another office and visit a skill group outside of your office. I would encourage you to do that, but always be dependable and show up for your people, because the skills groups are only as good as what we bring to it. So if you come in and you're not into it, and please don't have your phone, leave your phone in your office or turn it on do not disturb while you're in your skills group, and just really put that into your calendar in your time blocking. That skills group is super important. So if you get a listing opportunity or a buyer who wants to go look at property, guaranteed at some point, that's when they're going to want to go, and you're going to go back to your old habit, and you're going to go, oh, that's the only time they can go. I have to make it work. I can't be at skills. And then the next week it's easier, and the next week, and before you know it, you're not going to skills group anymore. You really need to go. The other people in the group are depending on you to be there, because the quality of the group and the role playing is super important. So you will be doing quite a bit of role playing. Your manager will be there to facilitate your group. And that's a great opportunity to get together, but also you're not going to want to commit that it's going to go on indefinitely. So a skills group is going to last about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So you're not going to need to commit a ton of time to it. And so you're going to want an hour a week. Sometimes in your skill group, you'll have, kind of a homework to work on in between skills group. It could be just practicing, it could be reviewing something, it could be working on any part of the ninja processes, working on that out. You're going to be as good at it as you practice. So if you practice poorly, you're going to perform poorly. So if you practice well, you're going to perform well. So you kind of have to think of yourself kind of like an athlete. You're an athlete realtor. So you want to get those practices in, and only once a week. So it's not terrible. Attached to our kickoff, we did send out a flyer that has each skills group and the days and times that they meet. all of our groups are meeting on Mondays and Tuesdays, at least for the rest of this year. We may make changes as we go forward if we're seeing that that's not a good day and time. So kind of put that on your calendar that every week, just like your business meeting is super important. So if you're not attending your business meetings, you should be. And then your skills group, like those two things are really kind of like non-negotiables in your calendar. You want to make sure you're there so that you can help each other stay on the path. And a lot of skills groups will have, like, say, a group text. So when you have stuff that you're working on during the week, you might send it out to your group and say, hey, I have this coming up, or I've got that going on. I'd love some help with something. And maybe somebody could show you, their buyer guide or their seller guide. And those are going to be the things you're going to be working on outside of the skills group, but you'll get some really good direction as how do I do that. Any of the other managers have anything they want to share about the skills group?
I think just
Yeah,
show up,
show
guys. Like, I think
up.
it's really important for you guys to show up. I know we did ours yesterday. We had 6 people there and we just laughed. We brought lunch in. So it's just such a fun time to be with your peers, right? It's people that you love already. And those relationships are going to last you forever. So show up.
And we've had skills groups where people work on, I know in the installation, Terry talked about focus first, and that is not a quick learning curve. Focus first takes some time to learn. So someone else in your skills group may have already kind of figured it out and they can help you with that. So it's just such a key important thing. And I have people ask all the time, and you're going to ask your manager this probably. You're going to know somebody else in the office would greatly benefit from going to skills group. Once you're there and you see the value in it and that practice, it's so good. It is not an accountability group, which a lot of people want to slap another label on it. It's not. It is a skills group, practicing your ninja skills. That's what it is. So people say, well, my friend, whoever, it would just be so good for them to be in the skills group, but they haven't been to an installation. Can they come? No, they can't. It is a prerequisite for someone to have been through an installation prior to attending a skills group. So the reason why it's a no is because you've done the work, you've done the time and the effort, but you've also learned another way of thinking. You've also learned another language that they aren't going to know. So if they want to participate, they need to get into an installation. So there will be an installation coming up in our general area in Sacramento. So if you have anybody who's like, yeah, I wish I would have gone to the installation, looks like pretty good stuff is happening with Ninja, then you can refer them to your manager, and your manager can reach out, and get the information about an installation, because it's a private installation. So we kind of have a little connection to get people into that installation if we need to. Someone who wasn't able to come because of our dates didn't line up with their life or what have you. I'm kind of thinking that most of you, and I hate that I cannot see you, so I hope, I don't even know what I'm looking at. So I think that keeping in mind, just that always fresh in your mind, I think gratitudes and affirmations are obviously key of importance, that you're going to be starting your day with those. And then, of course, number 2 is the showing up. Those are super, super important to how successful you are. So as you start to master where you're, doing your gratitudes and affirmations every day, and you really are showing up, mentally, physically, you're showing up, then you want to add the next skill, and, until you're really getting kind of fluent in all of your skills. And I would say, I've had people ask me about gratitudes and affirmations. Do you got to do it every day? Well, the way that question is presented already says the mindset isn't where it needs to be. It's not do you have to? It's can I? Should I? Yes, you should. You should do them every day, because it's not just about your business Monday to Friday, because most of us aren't Monday to Friday people anyway. But it breaks the habit when you're not doing it every day. So I personally do it 7 days a week. If you're real fancy, you're going to do bookends, which you're going to do gratitudes and affirmations in the morning and at night, so that your day is kind of booked in between them. But that's super fancy. That's like ninja on steroids. So just do your basics. You don't have to try to swallow the whole thing at once. Start with one habit and really master that, and then add a habit. Managers, if you'll look around on the call at someone in your office and you think that they look like they have a question because I can't see them, would you call on them to ask their question?
I think everyone's good.
Everybody's good. Okay. So I'm super excited. And I think some of the skills groups started this week. Some are starting next week. And then we have others that have been going, consistently for a while. Absolutely be talking to the other ninjas in the company. So really pay attention to who's on this call, who is at the installation, because those are going to be your support system. Of course, your manager is always going to be a point of contact for you. And some of you guys already do email me or text me or call me. Absolutely continue to do that. I am here to serve you. That's what my purpose is. So I want to make sure that, you're making the steps on the path so that you get the best results, because ultimately, yes, we all want to make more money. That's one of the great benefits of being a ninja. But the other one is just really having the quality of life that we want to have. And we want to be able to provide a quality of life for our family. And I want to help you and support you to do that and celebrate your success. So when you are finding that you're going through these processes, especially as you go through the buyer process and the seller process, it is normal to be uncomfortable. You should feel a little awkward. And as you practice, it will not feel awkward. It will not feel uncomfortable. And if you'll commit yourself to staying true to the process and you have a success, even if it's a little one, share it with your skills group, share it with your manager, so that we can see the results of you applying these in small increments. So most people are not going to go through an installation and then 30 days later suddenly their production has quadrupled. That takes time, over a period of time of adding in these habits. But you'll find that you're running your business in a way that isn't on accident, that's very intentional, and you're going to love your work even more than you already do. And if you don't love it, it will reignite a love for what you're doing, because you're going to be loving on your people all the time. And it's going to feel really great. And you're going to realize that what we do is really important in people's lives at that particular time in their life.
Hey, Stacy, you have a question from Charlene Rose. She says, can I attend the Manteca Skills Group because I live there, even though I work out of Carpenter?
Yes, you can. I would encourage you maybe to visit both and just kind of get a sense. Sometimes when you're really into an office, it just feels more natural to be in that skills group. But for logistics, we would far rather you go to Manteca than not attend. And all of our meetings, all of our skills groups meetings are open. So I would suggest that if you're going to attend an office skills group, that you are not a part of that office, that you in advance let the manager know that you'd like to be there, just so they can plan accordingly. They have enough materials for everybody.
Also, Stacy, you probably want to just mention that not every office will be on the same schedule. We do have the same schedule as a whole, but we might bounce around. So you might have somebody who did week 2 last week, and then this week maybe that office is doing week 4, and then they're thinking they're missing week 3. You know what I mean?
Right. And you're never missing it. Okay.
Right.
Every time you have a practice, it's going to help you get better. So it would kind of be like, if you think about a sport, whatever your sport is, if you're a baseball player and you take batting practice and you went to another team and that day they were working on, fielding, then you're not going to be a less good player because you didn't take batting practice. You're going to still be a better player because you practice fielding, or, whatever that skill is. So, it's okay to do that. The reason why we're not all on the same week is some groups want to go a little deeper dive on a topic, say the buyer process. They might do that for 2 weeks instead of only 1. Other people are like, we're feeling good about that and we want to work on our, seller process, or we want to work on, some other skill on our time blocking or something like that, then they are doing it not in the same week. So the material is all the same. It's just going to be different. We're not all on the same week at the same time. Some of the skills groups have been meeting for a long time, so they're going to be in a different place than the people who are just starting. And that's totally okay. Our goal is to have you in a skills group every week. Your own home skills group is great, but a skills group every week. That's our goal.
I think that's really big, Stacy. Like, we'd rather you show up to another office than not show up. And
Exactly.
don't forget, like, an athlete doesn't stop catching or batting, right? They do it for
Right.
years. So you're going to see this
Right.
on repeat for so long. Just show up somewhere.
Right. Exactly. It's important not only for your skill to get better, but it's also better because you need to be immersed in the ninja system, in the language. And when you miss a week or you miss 2 weeks, you kind of have to, regroup. You're like, I don't know what they're even talking about at this point. So maybe I don't feel comfortable. And that's another reason why we don't have people that aren't installed, because they really don't feel comfortable and they kind of feel like they have to pretend like they know what we're talking about, but they really don't. So I would really recommend to you guys, be committed to this. And if if that's normally, a skills group day is like a day that you normally take off, that's an off day for you, I would recommend that you change your day off so that you can always be present for your skills group and your business meeting at your office. Those two things are going to be paramount, especially as we continue to see this market shifting. We've got to develop our skills so that, one, we're serving our people in a far better, more professional way, but it also sets us apart from our competitors because they don't have a system. They don't have a plan and they don't practice. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be my best self for myself. I want to be my best self for my family. And I want to be my best self for my clients and my team. So the way I can do that is by committing to this, to skills group. And the holidays are going to get wild and crazy, and you just have to stay consistent with it. I think the only day that skills groups don't meet is if it falls on a holiday. That's the only time they're not meeting. So if a holiday's coming up, you may check with that manager and make sure, there's still a skills group, because you wouldn't want to make the effort to go all the way there and then there's not a skills group. But usually the managers are communicating with everybody if that's, meeting is canceled or something. Anybody else? Nick, did you want to share anything?
Yeah, we had skills yesterday and super positive. We, as managers, we'll be setting up things and different things. We had handouts for next week already. So we had a little homework assignment, but it's just being prepared and being ready to be just like your best self and bring it to the team when you do meet up. So just something to think about. Again, out here in Oakdale, Stacy's implemented that last year, and we've been keeping this up, and it's been consistently 6 to 9 people almost every week. And we take great pride in our skills groups out here in Oakdale, and try to accommodate. And also, it's a good sit down, have a good 5-minute sit down conversation about what's going on in the market too. We still try to stay real focused on the skill at hand, but it's bringing everybody together and trying to hone our skills, I guess, is what we try to do here. And that's in our team out here in Oakdale. So.
You guys have all heard that term, iron sharpens iron, and that would be true. So I want to be iron for my team. What about you, Mike? How are your skills groups? Oh, you're on mute.
Mike, you're muted.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
Thanks. So yeah, we have a great group. There's a lot of energy that is really cool. But I think the one thing we all need to understand is that we want to be at the top of our game. And athletes and actors who are at the top of their game spend time rehearsing, spend time understanding what the game plan is and how to sharpen it and how to make it the best. So the whole idea is, practice those skills, do more role playing, make yourself the very best. And so, yeah, anyone's welcome to join our group on Tuesdays at 10. It's a good high energy group. So welcome, and just keep doing it, guys. You got to keep doing it.
What about it, Tidy?
Well, we kicked ours off yesterday with an introduction, much like today, and looking forward to getting plenty of participation so that everybody can be prepared and skillful in what they do.
Great, great. How about it, Linda?
Well, we were supposed to kick it off last Monday this week, but I had a couple of people that had just gotten back into town and couldn't make it, and different things like that. So we decided to do the kickoff this coming Monday when we could all be there together, and just looking forward to it.
Awesome. How about it, Roddy? Are you guys ready to go, locked and loaded?
Yeah, we're starting Tuesday. I can tell by I've got 5 or 6 of my agents, and we're teaming up with Series to have a few of them over. And
Awesome.
it seems like my agents are really starving for it.
Awesome. You'll be amazed at it. And you realize when you think about, does it feel to you like it's been 3 weeks since we did the installation?
Time flies.
Right. It goes by so fast. So you don't want to miss 1 week because you see how easy these 20 days went by. And I would say that for most of us, after the installation, it takes us like the whole next week to like regroup, like catch up on what we missed while we were out of the office. And then, life just gets back to being busy. So if you'll, really put this concrete in your schedule, I think we have the latest, we have 2 Monday groups that meet at 1. And then everyone else is 10 or 11:30. So by, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you are done with your commitments and you can be out in the field working in your business. So it's intentional that our skills groups are not scheduled at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's really when you're either out in your business showing property to clients, or you need to be doing things with your kids or what have you. So it's very intentional that we have it at those times. So hopefully you can, really focus your energies on showing up for your skills group and seeing what you can take away from it. And as you guys do that, it would be incredibly helpful to myself and the managers. And even if you don't want your name attached, that's fine. But if you will communicate with me, whichever way, you can send me a smoke signal. I don't care. Email, text, call, FaceTime, whatever you want. Let me know how it's going. Hey, we really took away something from this group, because we want to keep improving these groups to have more to offer all of you. That's one of the things that sets us apart at PMZ, is that we genuinely want to offer something to our agents that helps them to stand out in the competition and to serve their clients in the best possible way. And I know everybody on here, that's your intention, or you wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be spending the time and the commitment it requires to attend an installation. So I'm super excited to welcome you all to Skills Group, whether you've been to one or you haven't. I know you're looking forward to it. And if anyone has any other, questions or concerns, if you want to message your question right now, I'll give you a minute to do that. Otherwise, feel free to call me, text me, email me. I'm very responsive. For those of you guys who have done that, I'm really responsive. So whatever I can do to help you, and then look at the faces, all your managers are on here. That's because they're here to support you as well. So we really do care about you. And we've seen the results that agents have when they apply Ninja to their business. It just absolutely works. And when you see people that you personally know have that experience, it's the process, it's the program, it's the system. And nothing gives us greater joy than to pour into you guys and have you guys have great success. So thank you to all of you guys for taking time out of your day. We will have another group call like this in the near future, just to kind of touch bases. So we know we'll have them somewhat regularly, and it's always going to be exclusive to the Ninja group, because that's my my passion in seeing what's happening here in the company. But obviously our CEO and president of the company are very dedicated and committed to Ninja. And to give you guys an idea, most of you know Ben and Mike and John. And I will tell you that last year, all of the managers with Ben, Mike, John, Alondra, we went through an installation just designed for leaders, and your owners of your company were there the entire time and made the exact same commitment that we're asking you to make. So that's how committed they are, and they are here to support you and to help you be successful. So hopefully I've communicated that well. I'm so glad you guys joined me, and I'm glad we all got on the same page at the same time because I'm on a different time zone. So I'm glad there wasn't any confusion over that. Thank you all so much. And don't forget, TSW, this stuff works. It really does. So please message me with your successes, questions, or if you're you're going for it and something doesn't feel quite right, I'm here for you and to help you work through it. Okay. All right. Thanks you guys so very much. Have an awesome day. All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.